Shut up and sit down.
Hello and welcome to Scrap Mechanic. I'm Mr. Cringeworth, and thank you for clicking on this video. Now what we're gonna do today here is we're gonna build a boss. Yes, we're gonna build a full-fledged boss. What we're gonna do here first is we want to pick out our materials. And if you're a new player, I suggest having the handbook nearby. You can always go into the backpack or the inventory and pull it out right here. It's right there, if you can see where my pointer is. Anyway, I'm not gonna need it because I played this game a little bit. I'm just gonna remove some of these materials of which I don't need. We're gonna need an engine, we're gonna need a driver's seat, we're gonna need the bearing and wheel, but we are gonna need a bigger wheel, so we're gonna choose the big wheel here. And I had some lag, which is great. It's part of the game. And we're gonna pick out some metal, a metal block. And that's pretty much it. Maybe we're gonna need some more stuff later on. Oh yeah, we're gonna need suspension as well. I'm gonna choose the off-road suspension even though, like, look at this, it's flat. That's the first thing you want to do when you build a boss is, now I'm pointing with my hands as well. I'm not an experienced YouTuber, I'm sorry. Anyway, the first thing you want to do when building anything really, any vehicle at least, you're gonna have to put down this lift here. And you control it with the arrow buttons. By clicking upwards, it goes up, and by clicking downwards, it goes down. And then what we want to do here is we want to build a frame, like to outline how big this thing is gonna be. And I already made a mistake. I only want one line. Let's remove this. There we go. And I'm gonna do another line right here. And I'm gonna continue since it's gonna be a regular bus size. I think that's long enough, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, I think it's long enough. Maybe one more, maybe. Nope, it's good enough. Then we're gonna do like this, make it wide as well. Actually, screw it, I'm gonna make it one longer. It's gonna be a big bus. Who cares? Whoop. One of the things I find difficult with building realistic vehicles in Scrap Mechanic is that it is a semi-realistic game in the sense that you have to like put down wheel housings and stuff in order to get the wheels to be able to turn and the wheels to be able to be attached to suspension so you don't bounce around like an idiot. Also, I have no clue why this is longer on this side. But we can just remove that block. So the next thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put down the floor. You're probably gonna edit the frame a little bit, but it's good to have a reference. So let's just stretch it out like a blanket over the body of the bus, I suppose. Anyway, let's do this and this. This. Gotta have it all the way down here. Let's figure out if it really is. Yeah, it is that long. I guess I was just confused. There we go. What I like to do, it's not necessary, but I like to remove the lift here, and it goes plonk right down on the ground, and then I lift it up on the lift again, just to get the lift centered here. It is a hassle, a real pain in the ass to build wheel housing, and then the lift is in the way, I suppose. Anyway, let's lower this down so you can jump around on it if you wanted to. And now I'm trying to plan out where the wheels are gonna be. And what I like to do here is just, I wanna like place a wheel just for size reference really. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide and high. So I like to give it a little bit of play. So let's say we remove it again. And we put it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. That's a little bit of play. And I like to put it a little bit inside, since most vehicles have the wheels inside, not on the outside of the housing, so to say. And what I do here next is I'm gonna make the frame go inwards. It's not necessary, it's no structural difference really, but it's nice to know that you build it properly. Anyway, let's see. Bibbidi bop right here, you're gonna bibbidi bop it right there, you're gonna bobbidi bib it right there. Now you do the same thing on the other side. Now, if I'm smart enough, I have made it symmetrical so that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. See, I failed math, so I'm really just eyeing this. And I want to do the same thing on the back side here. How should I do this? I can just as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7 right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's good enough. Whatever. And 2 in right. You see, my memories are horrible. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. It's a lot easier when you do just like that. So that the end of the bus here is on the outside, like that. So you don't have to measure and all that when you're lazy like me. Perfect. Now most buses have like double turning wheels, so to say, that you have wheels in the front that turns and wheels on the back that turns. And what I plan to do is also to do double sets of wheels, so that's let me just demonstrate this. Hard to explain. So we put down 2 bearings, and basically the wheels are on both sides. So this would be a springy bit. If it makes any sense, I'm gonna show it in practice. Let me just remove this thing right here. Boom. And let's do 3 up, maybe. 4 is good. 4 is the magical number. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Perfect. Glorious. Now let's do the same on the back side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that even? Yeah, it seems even. And you want to do 2 out here. Actually, you want to do more out, since we are gonna have double sets of wheels. Mainly for structural integrity. Maybe 3 out. Would that be good enough? Yeah. Let's try it. You can always re-engineer it. That's a good thing about scrap mechanic. It's so like open, if you will. Let me just try this on this wheel right here. You do this and you do that. The wheel is gonna be awfully far down, but who really cares? Let me just be able to pop the wheel right here. Oh man, doesn't look like it's gonna work. Yeah, no. See, if you're gonna turn the wheel, it's gonna scrape against the body. So it's gonna be further out. So let me just... There we go, and there we go, and there we go. 1 more. Maybe? Is 1 good enough? Well, there's only 1 way to find out. Well, 2 technically. You can either be smart, or you can be me. So let me just put the bearing right there, and bibbidi bop right there, and you wanna bibbidi bop right there. Oh jeez, that doesn't look right at all. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna let down the whole situation right here, and you see, you turn your springs into pancakes. That's not what you want to do. But there's a solution for that as well. But first, let me just put this seat right here. Why am I putting that seat right there? Well, I'm gonna try these steerings right here just to see if it catches on to the side here, or if it explodes, or catches some kind of alien disease. Anyway, seems pretty solid. The steering is reversed, but it works. It's not catching, right? It's not catching. Nope, doesn't seem like it. It's a close call, but it ain't catching. Okay, let me just put that son bitch right there. I'm gonna lower it. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna fix the springs now so that they don't pancake. We wanna put it at 10 perhaps. We might add that later. Might add more later. Since the weight we have on this bus right here is nothing compared to what it's gonna be. Since I plan on building this mainly out of metal, since that's what buses are made out of. But just for testing purposes, you have a bouncy bus now. And let me just reverse these. You do that by picking up the bibbidi-bop that you drag your joints and stuff with, and you right click that bearing right there, and you right click that bearing right there, and you bibbidi-bop right into the bus. And for maximum turning efficiency, what you want to do is have the front wheels turn one way, preferably the way that you're turning with your A and D buttons on your keyboard, and you want to reverse them in the back so that it turns better that way, basically. A physics teacher will tell you why. But I ain't no physics teacher, I'm simply a person on YouTube making videos. Then we got that figured out. We are gonna have to redo that since I'm gonna remove this chair right here, and I'm gonna place it more logically where it should be, right there. And of course that means that we're gonna have to redo all these thingy jigs right here. You do that, and you pull the goddamn thing right here and slap it right there like it's no one's business. And boom, right there. Now it turns like shit again because I forgot to do this and that. There we go. And now it's glorious. Now we have turning. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to shield the wheel from the inside of the bus, since you don't want to get caught in that. And the bus passengers are going to be pissed if they get their bags intertwined with the wheel or whatever. So we want to cover that. Oh, son of a majig. There we go. You want to do this and that. I might turn that into a window actually. No, I'm just gonna wait with adding that till later. But I'm gonna do like this, and like that, and like this. So basically we're making a wheel housing here, so that you don't get caught. There we go. Let's do the same on the front wheels right here. Oh jeep. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. And one and a two and a three. And there we go. We also want to do it right here. We want to... Oh yeah, you rotate by using the Q button. Most of you watching are probably familiar with the controls of this game, but who knows if there's a new person watching this who is interested in playing this game and has no clue on how to do it. Now you do. Bibbidi-bop right here, and you wanna bibbidi-bop right there. It looks ridiculous, but I'm gonna fix that later. The aesthetics comes second. Let me just jump onto this. And here. Jesus. Jesus. It's so hard doing this. And I'm also being a spaz about it. There we go. And there we go. And you wanna bibbidi... Oh jeez. There we go. And you can also paint this, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. But that's what I'm gonna do later. Yep, they are all ordered now. now comes the fun part, where you start to do the aesthetics. I kind of want to do a door here, but this wheel is kind of in the way, so I might have to do the door right here. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, just trying to figure out how tall this... It's not gonna be this tall. Probably about here, maybe? Is that good enough? You know what? I'm just gonna... yeah. You know, if you have another creation that you saved, it's quite easy to just go in, place the lift, press E on that little thingy, and you can see my miserable creations right here. But I'm gonna build this thing though. This is basically a lift of sorts. Like, you go into the steering thing, you hear the engine rotor up, and you press 1, it lifts you up. How is that useful? Well, if you build like a fool like me, you will end up building something taller than you, and therefore you're gonna need something that can lift you up into the height of that. And that's where this comes in handy. I can make a tutorial for that as well. It's a little bit complicated with the pistons and all that. It can get even taller, by the way, if you want that to be like freaking skyscraper. But really, there we go. That seems pretty good. Now let me just remove this. Let me try out of the way. It's annoying having this. Jesus. There we go. Then I'm gonna build the frame of this, because the bus is gonna be mainly window. Let me just be able to pop right here and go there, and my math is correct, it matches right up here, like there we go. I might actually build out some more of this to cover the wheel a little bit better. We're gonna have to see if I'll do that or not. Right there, and right there, and right there. Now the size is probably not correct. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Actually, now that I think about it, looks pretty good to me. And normally, you would have the door harness on the upper part of the bus, but I've found that it's easier to just have the door harness on the bottom part, since it's gonna support a lot of weight. That's the main reason. So now we're gonna introduce another block, which is the piston. If I can find it, it's probably right there. Yeah, I saw it. Right there. Okay, this is gonna require some attention. So what we wanna do here is to figure out where the middle is. Actually, it could be right on the outside, like this. Now this is just me testing it really, since it's been a while since I built a bus in this game. There we go. And there we go. And actually, I did it wrong. You want it to be able to shoot outwards. Wait, hold up. Right there. Let me remove these 2 blocks right there, and you want to put the pistons right there, and you want to put the block right here, and you want to put another piston right here. And I did it wrong again. That's no good, sonny boy. You want to put them together then, supposedly. Oh, well, right there. And right there. I'll remove this, and remove this, and right there. Okay, and you do like this, and you do like this. This means that you do like this, and like this, and you do like this, and like this. And you lower the bus down to the ground again. And it's important to click on the block where you want the block to attach to, if it makes any sense. So if I were to click it right here, it would be attached to the bus and not the pushy part of the piston, which could cause a lot of pain in the ass, since it would get stuck. And there we go. So now what we wanna do here is we wanna bibbidi-bob it right there, and you wanna bibbidi-bob it right there, and you wanna put it way up there, and way up there, and whoop, and the whoop. There we go. Let's see, the next part is we wanna build glass, since we want to be able to see the inside of the bus from the outside of the bus. There we go, and there we go. Now, I have no idea if this works, but I'm gonna try it out. So what we need here is we're gonna need a button. Boom. And we're gonna need this logic gate right here as well. Why do we need that? So we can open it from the outside as well. So we put the button down. We go back and, well, actually we could put down the logic gate right here. And what we do here next is we're gonna take out this, what is it called even? Is it called connect tool apparently? So we take the control from the control chair and put it down to the button. We put from the button to the logic gate, then from the logic gate to the 4 pistons. Doesn't really matter what order you put it in, but it's important that all of them are connected to the logic gate. Now the next step is to press E on the logic gate, and you press the XOR button. There we go. The reason why is gonna be shown in a minute here. Now let me put down the bus again. Jesus. And I'm gonna take the driver's seat. I press 1 and it bounces right out. And I press 1 again, it does not bounce right back in. Problem here is, wait, let me just open it. Oh, let me just open the door again. See, nice. That's actually quite cool. It's a little step. Cool. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna press so that it doesn't go out more than 2 and 2. And this needs to be slower. I think this needs to be slower. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay, it has decided to be a pain in the absolute bum crack. So let me just try and see if it can actually close. Oh, that was loud. Yeah, it can actually close. Yeah, no problem. But the thing is, we want these to be real fast. Put up at the fastest position and the fastest position. Like this, and you open the goddamn door. It opens like a charm. You close the goddamn door. It closed. Look at that, it works. It works. Lord knows it, I fixed it. But anyway, what you want to do here next is you want to put a button on the door so you can open it. And we want to attach that to the logic gate as well. And that's where the XOR thing comes in handy. Because if you had just put it in any other of the positions, it wouldn't be able to open and close the door freely, ignoring this button. But it's not going to ignore it if you push the button, etc. It's hard to explain, but basically it opens the door, you can run up, you can close the door, closes like fucking magic. You open the door, it bounces like a crazy door, I suppose. And yeah, basically it works. That's what's important, isn't it? Anyway, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do like this, just to make it look good, and like this, like this. We do want a little bit of like material right here so it doesn't just show everything. Don't want the crutch cam of the bus driver. Supposedly we could do like this, like this, like this, and this. Okay. Gonna put lights on it as well. But that's not really... Don't put the block on the ground. It's not gonna serve any purpose, like, just there. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna have to put... Actually, I'm thinking about removing like this. Since I'm gonna... Actually, never mind. Bad plan. Bad plan. Anyway, let's go up right here, and you do the bibbly baps. You do like this, and you do like, oh boy, and this, and this, and that. Now the bus is gonna be extraordinarily heavy after this. I'm gonna have to edit the suspension again. Oh, don't do like that. Do like this. There we go. Beautiful. Now the backside here. Normally, the backside doesn't really have that much of a window. I suppose you can do like this, and like that, like this. And like this. Like this. I like windows. Actually, I messed up right here. There we go. Go back. You press this button. And you do like, oh boy, you do like this. And like that. Glorious. And you do like this right here. Did I miss something? Did I do it wrong? Nope. Seems right. And to go back into the menu, you do this and that, and you go like this and that. Here we go. Now we have imprisoned ourselves. But we can actually get out of the bus now. So what I'm gonna do here is with the suspension, I'm gonna put it at 15. Bounces up like a crazy person. We take this, we go to 15. Do the same right here. It bounces up again. And we do the same right here. Bounces up again. Perfect, perfect. Now the next thing you wanna do here is you wanna do the roof. And that's where my little lifting vehicle is gonna come in handy again. Because now it's too tall for me to be able to really put a roof on this. So we press 1 to... Oh, don't crash into the bus, by the way. That's just a suggestion. You can crash into the bus all you want, but it's not gonna serve any purpose. And we press this button if it's possible to press that button, and we go like that. Oh, well. There we go. And there we go. And I've messed up right here, I think. Yep. There we go. Go. It starts to lag a little bit when your vehicle gets heavier. I think it's this suspension that's not optimized properly. But what can you do about it? Actually, remove this. You wanna get it right there, and you wanna do the same on the other side. Why does it sometimes bug right here for some reason? Now the bus has a roof. Perfect. We're almost done. The next thing you want to do here is you can close the door if you feel like it to check if it works still. But I'm gonna keep it open. Anyway, what I want here is seats. I can close, well, I can get rid of the hammer again since hopefully it won't be necessary anymore. But what I want here is to place the seats right there and like this, two right here. Actually, you could do three, even though a bus don't normally actually screw that. Let's have two. There we go. Symmetrical and nice. I can exit the bus, enjoy the view for a second, feel proud that you actually created something. Go into this thingamajig, you lower it by pressing this button, boom, there we go. We move this out of the way because it's in the way. The next step is actually to put down some engines. So let's go in and find the engine. Should be right here. You want to place it right like that. You want to have two right here. Let me just see. Actually, let's put it right on the side here. I'm gonna do that. It's beautiful. Just thinking how it looks like some crazy ass starry night or the Milky Way or whatever. Don't worry. But you do want to pull the engines all the way up to the control seat. Like this. Right here. Perfect, perfect. The next thing is you could adjust the engine speed. You want to do that later though. So I'm just gonna attach the engine right here to the wheels. And right here to the wheels. And you might ask yourself, Mr. Cringeworth, why do you have 4 engines when one should be enough? It should be. Technically speaking, it probably is. Let me. What in the world did I just mess up? I probably did. Like, okay. Let me just redo that. Yeah, I did. Okay, Mr. Cringeworth. Shouldn't one engine suffice? Technically it might do, but you want to be sure. So I'm gonna turn around the bearings since they are all out of whack right here. And the same goes for this. Boom right there and boom right there. Let me show you how well it drives because now we're technically done. However, we do want to try it out. And it's probably way too slow as it is. Let's close the doors. Into the driver's seat. You can zoom out a little bit. And you press the engine button. And it barely moves. Which is not good enough. We want this bus to be racing. So what we're gonna do right here, we're gonna crank that engine up. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, much better. Now this bus should be driving like a charm. Hopefully. Now let's close this bibbidi bobbidi door and press the engine. Now we should probably crank up the engine a little bit more. Even, I mean, is it that heavy? Probably is. Whatever, let's crank it up. Let's open the door and go bibbidi bop right here. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Let's just check so all the controllers are in the right way. Seems like it. Seems like it. It's like It's probably just because it's so goddamn heavy. Now it drives like a charm. This is the way you want your bus to be driving. He said as the wheels passed out like a crazy person. It's good enough. You could crank up the engines even more. Did you just see that wheel go crazy? Well, anyway, that's pretty much it. This is how to make a bus. We could add some aestheticals and paint it, which I plan on doing on the next episode. It's gonna be a lot shorter episode as well. This is already around 45 minutes, 46 minutes even. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if I should change something or if it's satisfying. Until next time, have a great day.